Is your pellet grill temperature swinging way past your set point, then crashing low, cook after cook? Bet someone told you it's the controller, and you're already pricing out a new board. Usually it isn't. It's the RTD probe, a thin metal temperature sensor standing inside your barrel, about the size of a pencil. When it drifts, your controller is cooking blind, and your brisket pays for it. Stick with me for a few minutes, and you'll know what it is, why it drifts, how to keep it reading true, and how to catch a bad one before it wrecks a long cook. Plus a few questions at the end that surprise even seasoned grillers. Safety first. Unplug the grill and let it cool completely before you reach inside the barrel. That probe sits in a chamber that hits 500 degrees, and the metal stays hot long after the flame is out. This little sensor is the one part that decides whether your grill listens to you at all. Meet the RTD probe. You'll also see it called the grill temp sensor, the pit probe, or just the temperature sensor. It's a thin stainless rod mounted to the inside wall of your barrel, and it has one job. Tell the controller how hot the grill actually is. When it lies, everything downstream goes wrong. Start at the business end, the sensing tip. Tucked inside that stainless cap is a tiny element whose electrical resistance changes with heat. That changing resistance is how your grill measures temperature. Everything else just supports this one spot. Around the element is the sheath, the thin steel tube you can actually see. It shields the delicate element from flame, grease, and knocks, while still letting heat pass through to it quickly. That little metal bracket holds the probe in place. It screws to the barrel wall and stands the tip up in open air, away from the grates and out of direct flame, so it reads the whole chamber and not one hot spot. Running off the back are the braided high-temp wires and the connector at the end. They carry the signal out through the barrel to the controller, so the tip senses the heat, the wires report it, and the controller feeds pellets to match. That feedback loop is your whole grill. Two things take these probes out, and one of them gets blamed on a part that costs 10 times as much. Number 1. Drift. Every cook coats that tip in a thin film of grease and smoke. Layer after layer, it bakes into a crust that insulates the element, so the probe reads colder than the grill really is. The controller believes it, dumps in more pellets, and your grill overshoots the set point by 50 degrees or more. The probe didn't break, it just went deaf. Number 2. A broken wire. Those thin braided wires get pinched against the barrel, kinked during a cleaning, or the insulation frays after years of heat. The signal cuts out, and the controller throws an error code or shuts the grill down cold. Same story if the steel sheath cracks and moisture creeps into the element. This one rarely warns you. It just ends a cook. The number on your screen is one sensor's opinion, taken from one corner of the barrel up near the wall, not down where your food sits. A gap of 25 to 50 degrees between that display and a thermometer on the grate is completely normal. So before you condemn anything, check the probe against a thermometer you trust. A drifting RTD is one of the cheapest parts on the grill. The controller everyone blames first is one of the priciest. 2 minutes of care here is the difference between a grill that nails temperature and one that fights you all afternoon. Habit 1. Keep the tip clean. Every few cooks, once the grill is cold, wipe the probe down with a damp cloth or a non-abrasive pad. Never sand it or hit it with harsh chemicals. It takes about a minute, and it stops that insulating crust from building up in the first place, which is the #1 cause of drift. Habit 2. Leave it standing straight. After a deep clean, it's easy to bump the probe and bend it toward the wall or the grates. Set it back to its factory angle, tip up and out in open air. A probe that touches metal or sits in flame reads that hot spot, not your chamber, and sends the controller chasing a number that isn't real. Habit 3. Check the wiring once a season. When the grill's apart for a deep clean, run your eyes and fingers along those braided wires. Look for fraying, a melted spot, or a pinch where they cross the barrel. Then push the connector firmly back together. It costs nothing, and it catches a wire about to fail before it quits halfway through a brisket. When the temperature goes haywire, work cheap to expensive, and you'll usually fix it for free. Your display is reading off, or the grill keeps overshooting and then sagging back, cook after cook. Start cheap. The tip is almost certainly caked with grease. Cool the grill, unplug it, and wipe the probe clean. Make sure it isn't leaning against the grate. Then run your controller's calibration check if it has one. 5 minutes, no parts, and most temperature complaints are gone right there. Cleaning didn't help, and now you've got an error code on the display, or the grill quits and won't hold a fire. That points to an open circuit. Pop the connector at the controller and seat it firmly, then inspect the wires for a frayed or melted spot. If you have a multimeter, check the probe for a steady resistance reading. No reading at all means the circuit is broken. 15 minutes tells you whether it's the wire or the probe itself. Now you can see it, a cracked sheath, melted insulation, or the meter reads dead open even with the connector reseated. This probe is done. Unplug the grill, unscrew the bracket from the barrel wall, unclip the old connector, and fit the new probe, routing the wires the same way. It's a low-cost part, and about half an hour of work. And if a known good probe still reads wrong, that's your cue the controller is finally the one to look at. A couple of these answers flip what most people assume about that number on the screen. Is the RTD the same as my meat probe? No, and it's the most common mix-up there is. The RTD is bolted to the wall and measures the air inside the grill. The meat probe is the one you pull out and stick into your food. Two different parts, two different jobs. If your food readings are off but the grill temp is fine, you're looking at the wrong probe. Will any RTD probe fit my grill? No. The connector, the wire length, and even the type of sensor inside vary from brand to brand and model to model. A probe built for one grill can read completely wrong on another, even if it plugs right in. That's exactly why you order by your manufacturer and model, which we'll get to in a second. And the one that surprises seasoned grillers. A temperature that wobbles 15 or 20 degrees around your set point is not a broken probe. That's the controller cycling the heat up and down on purpose to hold an average, the same way your kitchen oven does. Only start worrying when the swing is 50 degrees or more, or the grill never settles. A little wobble is the system working. Before you order, find your grill's data plate and write down the brand, the model, and the serial number. It's usually in one of three spots: the back of the hopper, inside the hopper lid, or under the barrel. Snap a photo with your phone, and you'll order the right probe the first time. Then head to the site and use the selector. Pick your manufacturer, pick your model, and every part on the page is guaranteed to fit your grill. No measuring the old probe, no guessing on the connector. Most orders ship the same day. That's part 7 of Pellet Grill Parts. We stock RTD probes, meat probes, and controllers for Traeger, Pit Boss, Camp Chef, Z Grills, and Rectech. Free shipping over $99, a 90-day warranty on every part, and the same counter that's been doing this for over 15 years. Links in the description. Subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you next part.